What's good, everybody? It is Wednesday, June 2nd. This is the Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by SportsLine. I am the coach, and we are in your feed before 11 a.m. every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And we're coming off a really solid day on the show. How about 8-4? How about hitting the Jeweler's Gym parlay of the day at plus 612? And it wasn't easy. One of the greatest NBA playoff games you will ever see. If you stayed up late last night, Damian Lillard in a losing effort, north of 50, making ridiculous shots at the end. But in the end, the Nuggets cash for us, minus the 2, and we hit that big parlay. We did have a winner in our perfect parlay contest over at YouTube. At M11MK3, our guy, the jeweler, will reach out to you and let you know how you can get your year-long subscription to SportsLine. You always ask me on Twitter, Coach, how can I win? Well, it's very, very simple. Go to our comment section on YouTube. Leave a best bet. It could be any play on the board. If you hit, and one of our cappers, like my man Zack Attack, went perfect last night, they have to go at least 2-0 on the show, then we give out a year-long subscription to SportsLine, and we have that winner today. If you listen to the audio version of the show, leave us a 5-star review over at Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and we appreciate you listening there as well. All right, let's bring in the stars of the show. We're going 3 wide today. Let's start with our man who was perfect last night. Had to feel good, Zach. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. It did feel good, but the whole time with that Nuggets-Portland game, I was thinking I could only imagine Coach on a live bet stream right now. The reactions I was seeing from you on Twitter, it would have been priceless. But yes, it was good to see that happen. I've got 2 more NBA plays today, and I'll put some MLB on SportsLine later as well.
And I'm glad you brought those live streams up. We'll be doing another one on Thursday, 5 to 6 p.m., but we're going to start a lot more of those for that exact reason, Zach. What an amazing – I'll be honest with M-Squared. I didn't even care if I won the bet last night, because that game was so incredible. It was just fun to be a part of it. Good morning.
Yeah, definitely. I think that there were 2 games last night that really, obviously you want to win every bet, but if you bet on that White Sox baseball game or that Nuggets basketball game, you absolutely got your money's worth in terms of entertainment there. Hell of a night in sports. Can't wait for it today.
That's what we're trying to build. It's not always about winning every bet, as Mikey said we want to, but damn it, it was fun to go back and forth and text and tweet and do all that kind of stuff. And also watch the maestro hitting his props. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. You know what? I don't think I've ever said that to myself. I don't care if I even win this bet. This game is so great. No, but I absolutely love that game. And we got a great slate today. Let's go.
We certainly do. All right, before we get to our plays, anybody have a storyline today? Jump in. Anybody?
Yeah. I'm talking about that opening number that we've seen for the Nets and the Bucks. I think it's a little steep here at minus 180 on the Nets. The series starts Saturday. The Nets have not been able to, protect the defensive glass, and that's where the Bucks are really dominant. So I think the price is a little steep. I think a little value on the Bucks. And one thing prop-wise that I found that's really interesting, Giannis took 92 shots in the 3 games that they played. That was 38 more than he took against any other team. The way the Nets defend makes Giannis take an inordinate amount of shots. He actually was hot in 2 of those 3 games, hit a bunch of threes, but I'm going to be looking. His usage rate was almost 40% in those games. Got to look at his props when they come out.
And these teams better look at this year too, Maestro, and say maybe the regular season means a little bit more. This should be the Eastern Conference Finals. But now one of these 2 teams has to play Sixers or whoever else when they get to the finals and have 2 tough series instead of just potentially 1. So, but we love it. As bettors, we love having the Bucks and the Nets in a semifinal round. All right, let's jump right in. We got a lot of plays today. If you're not following us on SportsLine, what in the world is wrong with you? But I'm going to do you a favor today. Use the promo code EDGE. We're going to give you 30 days for free. Then after that, you're playing with house money because you're following my guys right here on the show. Okay, 2 plays today. We're going to go to the NHL playoffs. Game 1. What a series this is going to be. The Winnipeg Jets minus 140 over the Montreal Canadiens. This is via our guy, Matt Severance, who has been killing it on the ice recently for the show. Now, this is that classic rest versus rust scenario. Montreal, a hard 7-game series against Toronto. They've had just 1 day off. Winnipeg, very surprisingly, swept Edmonton right out of the playoffs. They've been off since May 24th. We think in this position, they are going to be ready. It'll only take a few minutes to get right back into it. Laying the 40 cents. We like that a lot. Then, in basketball, Wizards +6. Very, very interesting. We thought this series was over. Then Joel Embiid goes down, knee injury. In all likelihood, he's out tonight as well. It changes everything. We're getting 6. We're going to go Wizards +6, also courtesy of Matt Severance from SportsLine. All right, it's Wednesday, and guess what? It's not a bounce-back Wednesday because we had a big winning night last night, so it's just a regular feel good. Are you having fun? Are you enjoying yourself? It's summertime. You know the drill, son. M-squared, give it to me.
Definitely having fun, Coach. We got 2 plays today, both going to be overs in Major League Baseball. I'll start with the one I gave on Twitter this morning. Atlanta Braves, Washington Nationals. Gave this one out over 9.5. Let you know you weren't going to have much time. Unfortunately, you didn't, but we're still going to play it at 10. The reason why I'm playing it at 10 still and giving it out at 10 is because the move from 9.5 to 10 doesn't add a loss condition. So at worst case, you're going to be pushing. I needed the 10 runs to get over the 9.5. Much different story if it was 10 and moving to 10.5. So always look for adding or not adding that loss condition when you're making those decisions. I got a lot of questions on it about would I take 9.5 minus 125? The answer to those questions is typically no. Minus 115 is the highest I'm laying when it comes to an over. When it's one that I'm not adding a loss condition, I would much rather have over 10 at plus 100 or even minus 105 than I would on that half run because it's not worth laying the juice for that small percent of the time that it lands on 10. Anyway, about the game, Lester, Smiley, both terrible left-handed pitchers. 360 expected weighted on base average, 500 expected slugging for both. One of the best hitting environments in baseball. Air density index super low. Humidity creeping up to the point around 60%. The ball should carry out of the park again today. And then my second game, over 9.5 in the Twins and Orioles. Same story here. 2 really pitchers that are kind of struggling here. Harvey, 367 weighted on base average. Randy Dobnak, 324 actual, but his expected number is 391, which makes him 268th out of 277 qualified pitchers in Major League Baseball. This is a top 10 hitting environment in Major League Baseball overall. Positive VMIs, great low air density index, and we get the wind blowing out at 11 miles per hour. Take the over 9.5.
If you took nothing else away from what M Squared just told you, not adding a losing element, very, very important in taking the overs. Educate, entertain. That's what we're all about. We're also about winning. And last night, my man, the Zack Attack, he was winning. He was perfect. He changed somebody's life today with a year-long subscription. So what does he have on tap today? Zach, the floor is yours.
The pressure's on, Coach. Let's see if I can do it today. We're going to grab the Dallas Mavericks +7. The road team is won and covered all 4 games in this series. I see that trend continuing tonight. And I think with the way the Clippers played in games 3 and 4, played dominantly, you have to be leery ATS-wise of that continuing in game 5. The Dallas Mavericks are a confident team. They won the regular season matchup in LA, and obviously they won games 1 and 2 at LA. So they're confident playing in Staples Center. They'll cover tonight. Maybe not win, but they'll get the cover. And then the Atlanta Hawks +1.5. This is a closeout game, in my opinion. We've seen how this series has went. If it wasn't for Tom Thibodeau making that halftime adjustment in game 2, it probably would have been a sweep. They're playing at a higher level. They're a confident young team, and they do not want to risk this series going back to Atlanta for game 6 and potentially back to Madison Square Garden for game 7. I see this playing out just how it has all series long, with the Hawks just outlasting the Knicks and winning in the 4th quarter.
They can't stop Trae Young. That's the bottom line. They cannot stop Trae Young. He's too good, and they have nobody that can do it. Now, Zach, everybody knows here on the show we're completely transparent. We don't always agree. You use the word leery to describe the Mavericks and the Clippers. I'm going to use a different L word, lucky. I think they were lucky in the first 2 games. We've seen the real Clippers the last 2 games. So right now, I'm up $100 on you from the last bet. But what we always do here on the show, we give a chance at double or nothing before we pay up. And we really do pay up. It's real money, just like the Meister always says. So I'm going to go, and if you accept the bet, I'm taking the Clippers -7 straight up against you. Are you in or are you out?
I'm in, Coach. I think this will probably go more towards Dallas before the game starts, maybe go down to 6.5, but let's get that 7 right now.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. And I know my man, the Maestro, loves when we have a bet on the show. And as the great producing would have it, he's up next. Maestro.
All right, Coach. I'm going to start in baseball, and a couple of the YouTube viewers agree with me. The Colorado Rockies money line, the Rangers have lost 13 straight on the road. The Rockies, not a bad team at home, 17-12. Senzatella, 4.35 ERA at Coors, which is very respectable. He's been much worse on the road. So it's a very cheap price, minus 111. This Rangers team has lost 7 in a row overall. And like I said, 13 straight on the road, minus 111 with the Rockies. And then in that Wizards game, there's no Davis Bertans. He jacks up a ton of shots. He plays a lot of minutes. So Hachimura played 42 minutes last game. I think he gets another 40. His points, assists, rebounds, it's up to 21.5. I gave it out last night at 20.5, laying the juice. I still like it at 21.5. This guy's playing 40 minutes. So is Russ. So is Beal. He had 20, 13, and 2. He came alive. He even had a technical, which he had never had in his career. I think he's got to back it up tonight in Philadelphia. Another point is that without Embiid on the floor, it's a faster pace. So I really love this prop. Hachimura over points, assists, and rebounds.
I love those two plays. And as always, follow the maestro at Larry Hartstein on social media, as he always throughout the day gives out plays as they come out. Apparently, guys, our guy Justin Perry, who will be a part of the live stream tomorrow, decided he's going to have a live stream this morning on our YouTube comments. And Zach, he is completely against your Hawks pick tonight. He says the Knicks force a game 6 back in Atlanta, and we'll see. So, Justin, thanks for watching. Thanks for weighing in on our YouTube comments. And for those of you watching at home, one of our guys is always there. You never know where we're going to show up. Now, we're up against it. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap. M squared, he's on the Nats Braves over 10. Likes that number at 10. If it goes to 10.5 for any reason, let's stay away. You heard the reasoning for that. Orioles Twins over 9.5 as well. Then Zack Attack. He's on the Atlanta Hawks plus 1.5. Love that play. He's also on the Mavs plus the 7. And we've got a head-to-head. Me and the Zack Attack. I'm staring him straight in the eye. And I'm giving him minus 7 with the Clippers for me. Then the Maestro. 2 plays, 1 prop, 1 side. We're going to go Rockies minus 111. And then Hachimura over his par over 20.5. That's coming back at minus 125. Then 2 plays for SportsLine. We're going to go Jets on the ice minus 140. And the Wizards plus 6 against the Sixers. And remember, Joel Embiid probably will not play tonight because of that knee injury he suffered in the last game. Our gym tonight, and we hit it last night for plus 612. That one felt really good to go to bed on. We're going to go Wizards plus the 6. We're going to go Jets minus 140 in hockey. The Avs, Colorado Avalanche, minus 185 in the parlay. This is a perfect position to put a high-quality team with a high number into a parlay, and now it feels better. Plus 404 if you put those 3 things together. The Avalanche have been amazing so far, dominant. They won game 1, 7-1. They'll do it again in game 2. Boy, today feels good, doesn't it, boys? It feels good. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets, except for the Mavs, straight to the pay window. For my guy, Zack Attack, for M Squared, for the Maestro. And Greg, do not call me Gary, our amazing producer. And for those of you who wonder who does all that great stuff on social media, it's our guy, Greg. Couldn't do without him. I am the coach. Remember, this is the only place 7 days a week for your early edge. Good luck. Do you want best bets in your feed every single day? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things early edge.